Hey, leave your comments below. Give me your thoughts about Matt Eberflus being fired by the Chicago Bears and the ascension of Thomas Brown from OC to now the interim head coach for the Bears. So here's my day. On Friday, I did the Cap and J Hood morning show, airs 7 to 10 on ESPN Chicago. And we talk about the Bears and how they lost that game against the Lions. It's just amazing to me. But then at 9 o'clock, Matt Eberflus meets the media, the Chicago media, to talk about the issues with the Detroit game and how he still feels that that call at the end of the game was the right call to allow the clock to drain and not call a timeout. He still believes it was the right thing to do. And an hour and a half later, he's fired, which shows you where the Chicago Bears team is. You thought that they grew up, and they have still not have grown up as an organization. Here's what I'm talking about. So how is it that Matt Eberflus meets the media? How does that happen when you know that you're going to fire him? How does that happen? I mean, today, Eberflus shouldn't have met with the media, and the announcement of Eberflus being fired should have happened. But he met with the media, defended his position, felt like he was going to coach San Francisco the next game, and then he was fired 90 minutes later. Makes no sense. It just shows you the Bears are still at step one. And this is with Kevin Warren, and this is with Ryan Poles, and this is with the new infrastructure, new players, and all that. You just thought that the Bears have become a grown-up organization. That's as mom and pop as you get. There's no way that Eberflus should have represented the Chicago Bears this morning. No press conference. Talk about what you need to talk about. Who's going to be the new head coach for the rest of the season? And then Eberflus never meets the media, and he met the media and got fired 90 minutes later. This is an embarrassing situation for the Chicago Bears because we've seen bad teams before. We've seen bad seasons for years and years and years with the Chicago Bears. But here's the problem, though. The problem is that you had a guy in place in Matt Eberflus that always felt that he made the right choice, always thought that he was smarter than everybody else in the room. And just now, this year, in year 3, he says it starts with me. He gave himself accountability. In year 3, he never did that in year 1, year 2. You'd be hard pressed to find the video of Flus saying, "Yep, that was on me." He did it this year, but he knew that the axe was coming. He knew that he's going to get fired, and here it is. He's fired the day after Thanksgiving, and now Thomas Brown. Many of you wanted Thomas Brown to be the new head coach. All I can tell you is this: is that it's an interim thing, and the season's over pretty much for the Bears, but it's a whole different seat going from OC to the head coach presiding over the offense, defense, and special teams. It's just a whole different dynamic. And by the way, even though the offenses look better, these are still losses for the Chicago Bears, whether Brown is the OC or not. All I know is that when I see what's happening with this Bears team, I thought they grew up, and they're still the mom and pop shop that I always thought. It's deserved. Eberflus should be fired. And I'm glad that he is, because you have to turn the page and start looking for the next head coach for the Chicago Bears team. But the spotlight, now that Eberflus is out of it, is strictly on Ryan Poles. It's 100% on Ryan Poles. If Poles does not get this right, where the Bears are a perennial playoff team, for them to be on the same level as, Minnesota or Green Bay, to at least be in the mix of the NFC, if you can't get there with this group as you continue to improve your roster with a new head coach, then the next person to be fired is Ryan Poles. As I've said many times, he gets 2 coaches at the minimum. This one was the A to B coach that was there too long. Eberflus should not have been here for year 3. I said that many times. He should have been fired after last year. You gave him an opportunity. He failed. Now, it's on Ryan Poles. If Poles does not make the right hire, and if he does not make the right selections to fix this offensive line, to fix the defensive line, to be able to get better players in here to complement Caleb Williams, then Ryan Poles will be the next to go. And the vicious cycle continues of firing people and firing people and firing people, and you never get to where you need to be. The hamster wheel of nonsense with the Chicago Bears. So give me your thoughts below. Matt Eberflus officially fired by the Chicago Bears, and rightfully so. That'll be all for Matt Eberflus.